President Biden has done nothing but attack American energy. He paused new oil and gas leases. He canceled the Keystone Pipeline.
When you try to shut down that industry where innovation is thriving, you're shoving the result of the demand onto places like Russia.
Immediate steps that could be taken to unleash American independence, American energy independence, and provide real relief for American families.
President Biden's war on energy is facing a blistering counterattack by Republican governors who are calling on the White House to take common sense steps to help lower prices for Americans. One of those Republicans is Oklahoma Governor Gavin Stitt, and he joins us now. Governor, it's so great to have you on this morning. You say it's a war on American energy. I think it's a war on American families. Prices have gone up on everything because energy is so important. So you've signed this letter with 19 governors. What exactly is in it? What's your advice to the Biden administration?
Yeah, 20 governors, we signed a letter. We just said, listen, we need to stop this war on American energy. Our calculations is $1.37 trillion worth of hidden cost on the American people just since Biden took office. And the pause on LNG exports makes no sense to us whatsoever. We need to, because LNG exports really help our allies more than anything. So when you pause that, you push our friends and our allies in Europe and in Asia and Japan to the arms of Russia and in Iran. Right. You're basically enriching people that are trying to harm us. And so it just makes no sense whatsoever. In Oklahoma, we have a more of everything approach, which means, we love our oil and gas. We also have cleaned wind. We're number 3 in wind electricity generation. And so, we just need the president to help with permitting reform and unlock American energy because it's a national security issue.
Yeah, I personally think those windmills are such an eyesore. I can't stand them, and they kill birds as well. I'd rather get our oil from under the ground. But I'll tell you this, I'm glad you brought up the national security component of this because I think it's so important. We're less safe when we are dependent on other countries for oil. And as you said, our allies are going there. We're buying dirtier oil from Venezuela, which is destabilizing the Western Hemisphere in ways that I don't think we've actually really accounted for. Are you surprised at how stubborn Joe Biden and his administration has been on these oil policies? Because they're clearly not good in an election year. If you just look at it for, just craven political reasons, why are they continuing with this when they know the American people hate it?
That's what's crazy. I think once they start getting closer to the election day, you see the president starting to back up on border policy, things that Republicans have been talking about from the very beginning. It's just common sense. Permitting reform. We can't decommission coal plants without permitting reform so we can make sure we do more natural gas plants. But why do you try to put your thumb on the scale to determine, what's good while China is building, three new right. coal plants every single month? It's just unbelievable to us. It makes no common sense to the American people. Yeah,
no, we actually have done stories, Governor, where we found out that China was funding some of these green activists. Of course they would be. They want to push this green agenda as they open up coal plants themselves and beat us on that race for oil. And coal. So what do you think will happen now? How much will the American people punish Joe Biden for this looking into November?
If you go back to, we've got to get President Trump reelected. So November is such an important election because, the Republican policies are free market and letting American energy meet the needs of Americans and our allies and friends around the world. So people understand they're paying more at the gas pump. They're paying more for everything, groceries. And last time I checked, we all have to heat our homes and our businesses. And so to attack this and have this hidden tax, you're actually hurting the working family. Right. And I think working families understand that now.
Yeah, it's a war on working families. By the way, we have a lot of oil and gas, largest oil discovery, I think, ever Guyana, an ally of ours just down in South America. So there's no need for us to get dirty oil or push our allies over to our enemies to get their oil. We could do it ourselves, and we could help build our economy and help the working class. I'm glad you wrote the letter. I think it's on people's minds. I think you're right over the target, Governor. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.